Welcome to the series of AI Simplified. So this is a new video that I've started. The main reason for this is AI being a vast field. I'd like to simplify the techniques, the equations, the algorithms as easily as possible so that every single person can understand it. Even if you are new to the field of AI or to the programming language, I still want every single person to understand in order to become an expert in the field of AI. So welcome to my channel, and we'll be discussing about various topics, how a neural network works and its parameters. So what are the functions, what are the parameters that you have to configure in designing a neural network. So those all are the steps later, but as of now we'll start with the basics about how a neural network works and what is it all about. So basically a neural network is a brain. Okay, it's a computer brain. So how our brain functions, let's consider this is a brain. How our brain functions is it has various neurons. Okay, so these neurons activate according to the input that we are providing. Okay, so for example, if we are thinking that we have to pick a book, so there might be certain different connections that activate for that action that has to be performed, and we raise our hands up. If on the other hand we decide that we want to walk, there are some other neurons that activate because of that thought, so that leads to our motion, so our legs, so our muscles tend to walk. Okay, so this is the exact same manner how a neural network works. Now when we see neural networks online, you might have come across a diagram that shows somewhat like this. Okay, this is every neural network. When you start reading, we get these kind of diagrams. Now these diagrams at first might look complicated, but trust me, they are very simple once you understand it. It's nothing but we are just adding. It's an addition operation. Okay, so at first we would consider an input layer. These are the inputs. Let's name them x1, x2, x3. These are the input layers. What happens in the next layer is every single neuron, okay, we call this neurons in a neural network, will be added. So we'll add some weight in it. That weight might be any random number. That weight might be any random number that we'll be adding. So for example, when we take a value of this, when we add this over here, this will note as w11. So we'll be adding a weight. We'll consider w11 is equal to 0.7. Now again, this is completely random. We'll go much into detail why we are choosing this random number and how the neural network functions. Basically, the main concept about neural networks moves around this random number itself. So in the second layer, when the x2 node will again connect one input to the first layer. Okay, this is h1. Consider this as an h1. So again we'll be adding a weight over here. Consider w12, and in the same way we'll be adding over here w13. So when you look at this part of a neural network, if we draw in a matrix form, that is nothing but an input. We have an input x1, x2, x3. Okay, so these are the inputs that we are taking over here, and then we are assigning weights to it. So this is w11. I'll write it in this way: w11, w12, w13. Okay, now in the same manner, when we are connecting this node, this will be h2. So we'll be assigning a weight again from here to this section. So from this node to this node, again from this node to this node. As you can see, there are three inputs are coming to this node, three inputs are coming to this node. Same will go with these two. Now the weights that we'll assign, again random, are, because this is the second node, so what we'll do is w2, and then this first input. Okay, this is going over here, so w21. Second time what we'll do is w2, this one, with w2. So I'll write all of it: w22, w23, w31. We are considering this one now, so I'll first color code it: this, and this. So what happens is we'll do W31, W32, W33. In the same manner, for this node, we'll color code in a different pattern. So this node will come over here, this node will come over here, and this node will come over here. So now our values will be, for this node will be W4. The 4 is because this is the fourth part, okay? W4 1, W4 2, and W4 3. So this is whole entire structure that we are seeing in this part, okay? This whole part is being represented now in this section. Now this nodes the value that we'll be getting over here. I'll show you after this. So what we'll do is, I'll take this part, now as you can see that we have calculated this values inputs, and then now this is the weight matrix, okay? These weights that are assigned I've color coded in different section. So for example, we take this one. So for example, once we take this part, we are multiplying this by this section, so that is represented by this part by this section, all the blue weights. So these are all blue weights, we are adding it to it. In the same manner, we are again taking this one and we are adding in this section, that is this purple or this red, dark red, and then again this part. So again we'll take this thing and again we are adding with the weights of this dark red, and same goes with the orange. So what we are basically doing is we are doing in a form of a matrix representation about all those inputs. Now how we calculate this is, as you can see over here, we are multiplying x1 with w1, okay? So what I'll do is x1 w1. Now we are multiplying x2 with w12 plus x2 with w12, or else if you see in this matrix, we are basically taking dot products. So what dot product does is, we take this first column and we take this first row and we multiply it by first column. So what happens is, we take x1 into w11. So this is x1 w11, x2 w12, so x2 w12 plus x3 w13, x3 w13. So basically what we are representing over here is the addition. The addition what we get in this node. This node basically adds all these inputs multiplied by their respective weights. So we are adding it with their respective weight. So when we consider this second node, what would the output be? It would be this first row multiplied by this second column. So x1 w21 plus x2 w22 plus x3 w33. In the same way, we'll be multiplying it by the second one. So x1 w31 plus x2 w32 plus x3 w33. Now the third one, so x1 plus w41 plus x2 w42 or w42 plus x3 w43. So we'll assign these values as this are y1, y2, y3, y4. So this in short is a representation of all this thing. All this multiplication we have added over here and we have assigned it in this part. Later in the next video, I'll be showing you about these layers and these layers and much more. We'll go much more detail into how a neural network works, etc. This is complete series, and in which I'll be talking each and everything, not just overview, but we'll be going in depth. So if we see a function, we'll not just understand the function, but we will understand how it comes and its use. So basically this is this entire representation that we have done. These weights are over here, and this weights, blue, red, orange, these all colors are represented over here respectively. So that's all for the first layer. I'll see you in the next video. In the meantime, you can visit my website riqeeb.in and check out much more details. Thank you.